Well, hello. Today is warm and it's going to get hot later on. My apples are ripe. The blackberries are almost gone. And it was too warm last night to have the campfire I was planning on. But I'm going to share some of my watercolors a day for the first time since September started. So this is my 29th video for 2025 of doing a watercolor a day. And this is a tour through some foods that are important in my family for sharing with each other. So what I have is just kind of the campfire with a marshmallow and what's cooking to start. And I decided to do a recipe a day. I've got a never fail pie crust from an old lady at the church when I was a child. I've got a soft pretzel dough recipe from my dad's sister's sister-in-law, her husband's sister, who always treated me like part of the family and taught me how to cook lots of things. And I've got a banana nut bread recipe that I made by combining several other recipes that I found because none of them were quite moist enough to please me. And then the recipe my mom used to make for every potluck and bake sale, and people always looked at them and went, oh, those are kind of weird looking and kind of ugly, and they are. But as soon as they started one person taking a taste, they were gone because they were the most delicious brownies I'd ever tried. And they were made with Hershey's liquid syrup. Then another thing that my mom made was a fruit cake that had almost no cake in it. For 2 loaves of fruit cake, there was 1.5 cups of flour, but so much candied fruit, 2 pounds, mostly pineapple and cherries, a little bit of orange peel if you wanted. I had some candied ginger that she didn't add, and then 4 cups of walnuts or pecans or a mix. And lemons for a lemon pudding that I just love. It's made with mostly meringue, and it creates a pudding on the bottom and a fluffy foam kind of cake on top. Then where I grew up, nobody used ground poppy seed filling. There was like lemon poppy seed muffins. There was poppy seed sprinkled on bagels, but there wasn't the kind of poppy seed that you see around Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where my dad grew up, where there's lots of things like kolache cookies and kolache rolls from like Czechoslovakia, Hungary, the Ukrainian area, and a poppy form cake usually made in either an angel cake or a bundt cake pan. I think the angel cake food cake pan is called a tube pan. And then this is known as Apfelkuchen. It tastes like custard with apples in it, but firm. And it's baked usually in a springform pan, but it's like a crustless pie. Lots of apples, a little bit of batter that it's mixed into, butter poured over the top and then baked. It's really tart, so serving it with either ice cream or whipped cream cuts that sourness just right. And then pork ribs and sauerkraut and dumplings is delightful. You just bake biscuit dough on top of the sauerkraut and the pork ribs. And if you like sauerkraut, it's absolutely heavenly. If you don't like sauerkraut, or you have people in your family that don't, bake another tray of the ribs with barbecue sauce and everybody's happy. Halupki, also known as cabbage rolls, is kind of like a meatball mixture rolled up inside cabbage leaves and covered with a tomato-based sauce. And yeah, back in Pennsylvania, my dad always called them hunky hand grenades. Hungarian. But hunky was a word that was used around the steel mills all the time by the people who work there. Russian, Ukrainian, Slovakian mix, and a very affectionate term I never really heard used as a slur. And this is my mom's chili recipe that my husband loved and got her to give it to me. It's really super simple. It's not hot or spicy, and it does have both meat and beans, which some people say makes it not a true chili. But when it was a snowy Wyoming day, it was perfection. Then we have a recipe that my son got from my granddaughter's mom. They called it squished cat, but it's chicken and crookneck squash, yellow squash, and zucchini mixed in a lot of chicken broth and butter. And it's delicious with crusty bread to dip in it. Then my husband and I, when we were very young, like almost 40 years ago, were students at Beijing Shifan Beijing Teachers College. And there we fell in love with a dish called Xunyang Ro, Mongolian hot pot, made with a charcoal burning chimney with the pan built around it like a donut shape, filled with hot water. And then at the table there was steamed bread, cilantro, and then things to cook in the hot water, like sliced lamb and cabbage and rice noodles, mi fan. And then there was a sesame paste made out of roasted tahini, soy sauce, ginger. I put MSG, minced garlic, lots of garlic, and white pepper and 5-spice seasoning in it. And you mix it till it's like peanut butter consistency. You keep tasting it until it tastes really good to you. And then when you come to the table, you put on the cilantro leaves and some hot chili oil. And then you just start cooking by swishing the little raw slices of food into the water and dipping it in your sauce. And by the time you're done, you have a delightful bowl of soup. And of course, you eat lots of steamed buns too. It's a very communal dish. And then I can't believe that my family loves Brussels sprouts. I hated them so much as a kid, those stupid little cabbages. But now I love them steamed with either lemon juice and salt or with melted cheese on it. My husband likes them sliced in half and fried in olive oil with garlic, pepper, salt, rosemary, basil, and then baked in an oven with Parmesan cheese on it until they're kind of crispy and delicious and al dente. My son likes to fry a pound of bacon, then add onion and garlic and Old Bay. The bacon's all cut into bite-sized pieces. Then he likes to add butter to that, put in his Brussels sprouts and cook them until they're soft and falling apart. And they're delicious too. I can't believe I'm saying that. I really can't. Then I have a Vietnamese egg coffee, which is often compared to liquid tiramisu. Oh my God. It's made with sweetened condensed milk, egg yolks, and a kind of custard that floats on top of the coffee. Oh, it's delicious. And then my grandma made the best ever garlic dill pickles. They were a very simple recipe too, but nothing has ever beat them. And I think for now, I am done. I'm going to keep going on this because I'm having a lot of fun with this project. This is a long video for me, 10 minutes, so I think I'm going to say thank you for watching. I hope you're having a delightful end of summer, and that soon you'll be having a wonderful fall. Goodbye.